Welcome to Babe Ruth Baseball on Hamilton County Television. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. Perry, it's championship night.
It certainly is. It's a double elimination, and now they're both 1-1. So the winner will be champion, and the loser will be the co-champion.
We're going to turn things over to Scott Springer for the opening festivities.
The winner-take-all championship game for the Noblesville Babe Ruth 16-18 lead between Mountain State Financial Group and Dean's Dream Team. Here's your starting lineup for Dean's Dream Team. Leading off and playing center field, number 7, Jace Sickler. Batting second and an extra hitter, number 9, Sean Kenny. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 8, Jackson Allen. Batting cleanup and the man on the bump, number 10, Bennett Brown. Batting fifth in the second part of your battering team, the number 6 catcher, Colton Weaver. Batting sixth and playing left field, number 3, Sam Geller. And batting seventh and playing third base, number 15, Nolan Kennedy. Batting eighth and an extra hitter, number 14, Gabe Goller. Batting ninth and playing first base, number 11, Sam Baker. Batting 10th and an extra hitter, number 1, Noah P. Batting 11th, playing right field, number 2, Colton Whited. And batting 12th and playing second base, number 4, Grant Wayne Plunkett. The coaching staff for Dean's Dream Team are assistant coach Brian Plunkett, assistant coach Rich Brown, and assistant coach Jacob Baker. And your head coach is Andy Kennedy. And now the starting lineup for the home team, Mountain State Financial Group. Leading off and playing center field, number 11, Nick Dalrymple. Batting second and catching, number 4, Ethan Pierce. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 1, Ryan Bieber. Batting cleanup and your pitcher tonight, number 12, Nate Harvey. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 13, and your pitcher from last night, Riker Lawrence. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 15, Oliver Callahan. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 2, Michael Sharp. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 8, David Eichenauer. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 6, Yender Azwahe Malero. Additional team members not playing this evening, Miles Daniel Goodwin, Taya Pearson, and Willie McCombs. The coaching staff for Mountain State Financial Group are assistant coach Grant Netterer and assistant coach Riley Saxon. And your head coach, Mike Concannon. The umpires for tonight's game: at first base, Dwayne Crow. At second base, Aiden Antoine. At third base, Danny Nagy. And behind the plate, Nick Wilkinson. And now, if I could have everyone stand, remove your hats for the national anthem.
Well, we're back here getting ready to start this ball game. Introductions and player introductions and the national anthem's taking place. Umpires have been introduced, so we're ready to play some baseball.
Yeah, these two teams met last night, just about 22 hours ago, and they played a whale of a game, Perry. It started off with both teams scoring in the first inning, then went almost silent through the next four, but then come the sixth, the tone of the game changed a little bit.
Well, the big thing was they both had to make pitching changes.
Yeah, they have a limit of 105 pitches, and both of the pitchers who did
we're very near that.
Yeah, and they both did an excellent job last night, and so we'll have to see just what we get from both of these teams tonight. Another beautiful night here at Logan Field. Game time temperature is 81 degrees, light wind out of the south-southwest at about 9 miles per hour. Humidity up to 70%. I know where I live, just south of Noblesville in the north end of Fishers, it was raining like crazy an hour and a half ago, and that humidity is stuck in the air. There are some spotty showers in the area, so we'll just have to hope that we can avoid those to get this game in.
Pierce behind the plate again tonight.
Number 7, Jace Sickler.
For Mountain State. Ziegler last night, Brad was 2 for 2 and scored 2 runs. So not only did he pitch a great game, he also was very good at the plate.
Yeah, the first 4 batters in their order accounted for 5 of their 6 runs. Strike 1 on Sickler. That one hits the lower outside corner for strike 2. Swing and a miss, but the ball hit the ground, so we'll have to go to first, and they do. So officially Sickler is out swinging for the first out of the first inning. Defensively for Mountain State, left to right, it'll be Yender Molinaro in left, Nick Dalrymple in center, David Eichenauer is in right. We'll get the infield here in just a moment.
Kenny's the batter. He was 1 for 2 last night and also scored a run.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Mr. Harvey's looking pretty good on that mound there, Brad, so far. I know this is only the second batter, but he K'd the first one, and the first pitch.
That one comes
there's
bouncing.
a ball.
Yep, bounces in and makes it a 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch from Nate Harvey. That one's fouled off. Makes it 1-2. He's only missed the strike zone on 1 of his 6 pitches so far. Good start for the righty. Just a little bit outside, makes it a 2-2 count. Outfielder's playing pretty much straight away. Not real deep, but deep enough. The 2-2. That one goes foul also.
Kenny on the season sitting 270.
Feeling just a little bit of a breeze, and I got to tell you, it feels pretty good, doesn't it?
It does. When that breeze comes, you appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Two-two pitch on the way. That's drilled into right field.
Ball. That looks like it's going to fall.
Yep, that's going to go all the way to the almost all the way to the fence.
He's going to second.
And Canny is into second, standing up with a 2-base hit. He got everything into that one, Perry.
Yeah, nice base hit. That's a base hit in any league.
Now batting number 8, Jackson Allen.
Allen last night was 1 for 3, and he scored a run.
Playing shortstop today.
Runs last night was hits last night came as a premium.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Swing and a miss for strike one on Jackson Allen.
Be interesting how the humidity plays in this game.
Might kind of hold the ball up just a little bit. Off speed misses a little bit high, evens it up at 1-1. Runner on second, one down. Another foul ball. Dream Team coming out aggressive tonight. They're swinging.
But they did that in the fifth inning the other night.
Yeah. They sure did. That fifth inning was interesting, or that sixth inning yesterday was very interesting for both teams. There's a well-hit ball to left center. Left fielder Malero is there. He misses it. Going to end up with two bases there. And the runner on second, Canny, he had to hold up to see whether that ball was going to be caught or not.
Yeah, that's always a tough.
Yeah, you can't blame that one on the sun. He just couldn't, I think he just couldn't get there. We'll have to see if they give him a hit or an error on that.
Brown hitting .333.
So two back-to-back two-base hits. Lefty pitcher Bennett Brown up at the plate. He fouls that one off into the dugout. 0-1. I thought for a minute there Malero was going to have enough time to get over there for that ball, but that ball kind of faded off to the right there a little bit.
That was an error.
They did give him an error, okay. Oh, 2 pitch. Hit into center field.
Run scores.
Dalrymple had to run quite a ways in to get that ball, but that brings Sean Canny in from third base for the first run of the game.
Number 6, Colton Weaver.
So 3 hits so far, or rather 2 hits and an error, have given the Dream Team a 1-0 lead here in the early going.
Weaver batting .394 on the season.
Gets called strike one on him. Runners on second and third. Two hits and an error so far have contributed to this game, and here in the top of the first as the Dream Team has jumped out to a 1-0 lead. One's a little bit outside. Nice stop there by the catcher, Ethan Pierce. Bright sunshine here this evening. Big swing and a miss. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the catcher, Colton Weaver. While the umpire's cleaning the plate defensively, third to first, you got Riker Lawrence, Ryan Beaver, Michael Scharf, and Oliver Callahan. Ethan Pierce is the catcher. Of course, Nate Harvey the pitcher. That one's just a little bit low. He goes full. First base is open. So you kind of got to wonder if Harvey isn't maybe trying to pitch around him a little bit here. Maybe try to set up the double play with the bases loaded. That one swung and fouled straight back. Just got right under it. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Colton Weaver goes down swinging.
2 outs.
Second
Now batting
strikeout.
number 3, Sam Goller.
Goller's the batter. Goller batting 200 on the season.
So we do have a courtesy runner going to second base for Bennett Brown, the pitcher. I didn't see who went out there, Perry. Ball one on Goller. A little bit different than the high school rules. They can't put the courtesy runner in until there's 2 outs. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. 2 down, 1 in so far, 2 on. Makes it a 1-2 count. Almost any kind of a hit in this situation will probably score 2 runs.
I think in the run is Weaver because he made the last out. I can't see second base, so.
There's a drive. That's going to fall in front of Malero.
There's one.
One is in.
No play at the
No
plate.
play at the plate on the second one. I was just thinking, before that pitch, Perry, those runners with 2 outs, they're going to be off with the crack of the bat.
Yeah.
So the Dream Team has struck early here with 3 runs here in the top of the first. So that's a single for Goller.
Is the next batter, Nolan Kennedy. He was 0 for 2 last night.
Three hits so far in the inning, 3 runs and 3 hits, 1 error. Sam Goller with 2 RBIs.
Foul ball. Want to know? Three to nothing's the lead.
Swing and a miss, going down to second. Good throw would have had him, but it was off to the right. Ryan Beaver could not make the play from short. 0-2 now on Canada. The 0-2 pitch. That one gets him in the helmet. Just barely grazed him on the helmet, but hit by pitch.
Now batting number
So 2 runners on, runners at first and second. And Gabe Goller is coming up to the plate. He's an extra hitter.
He's batting 160. Gabe was 0 for 1 last night. He did have a base on ball.
There's a bouncer. Second baseman has got it. Over to first. And we are through the first half of the first inning. 3-0 in favor of the Dream Team. We'll be back after this.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
We're back here. Top of the first inning, the Dream Team scored 3 runs on 1 hit and 1 error.
Left a couple runners on base also. So Mountain State will try to even this up. Defensively for the Dream Team, in the outfield it'll be Sam Goller in left, Jess Sickler in center, Colin Whited in right. In the infield, third to first, it's Nolan Kennedy at third, Jackson Allen at short, Grant Plunkett at second, and Sam Baker at first. The battery, Behind the plate is Colton Weaver. Pitcher is Bennett Brown. So there you have the defense for the Dream Team. These two teams met last night.
6-4.
Yeah, 6-4 was the final. But the first inning produced 2 runs, 1 for each team, and then it was all quiet until the last inning of the game.
The 5th inning. Once again, it's a 2-hour time limit here. Normally in the regular season they play an hour and a half, but in tournament play they play 2 hours.
So Nick Dalrymple will lead things off for Mountain State. We're ready to go to here in the bottom of the first. Mountain State got a little bit of a mountain to climb here to get back into this game.
Dalrymple last night went 0 for 4. First pitch strike.
He'll be followed by Ethan Pierce and Ryan Beaver. The 0-1, little bit outside, evens it up at a ball and a strike. One. That's a fair ball. Wide of first base. We'll have to see how they call that. That ball was not hit very hard, Perry. I have a feeling that even a good throw, he may have beaten that out. We'll have to see what they call that. And either way you put it, Dalrymple's on first.
Pierce is the batter. Last night, the catcher, Pierce, got banged up quite a bit, but he looks like he's running pretty well today.
He scored 2 of the 4 runs for Mountain State last night. Only had 1 official at bat. The 1-0 pitch. That one goes all the way back to the screen. And Nick Dalrymple takes second base. Call it a wild pitch. Did we get a ruling on that? Was a hitter and error?
It was an error on the third baseman.
Okay, so we give him an E5. Each team with an error now. Two-oh pitch from Brown. Hits the strike zone.
2-1.
2-1 pitch. Swing, that one's fouled back. Out of play.
2-2. Score, Dean's Dream Team, 3, Mountain State, 0.
Ooh, that was close.
Makes it full count.
Ryan Beaver on deck. There's a drive into. That one drops right between the
center
left fielder and center and left field. And on the play, Dalrymple, he didn't have any choice but to wait there at second to see what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So that'll be a base hit for Pierce. First hit of the game for Mountain States as Ryan Beaver steps up to the plate. Beaver was 1 for 3 last night, did score a run. There's a drive right to the third or left field. They had a chance to double off Dalrymple there at second. He was halfway down to third already before he realized that ball was going to be caught. But the throw was a little wide.
Now batting number 12.
So it'll just go as a fly out to left field for the first out. Runners still on first and second. This is the pitcher, Nate Harvey.
Harvey batting .472.
Just the guy you want to have up in this situation. This is a little bit confusing what's going on here, Perry, but the ball was hit. They tried to get a force at second base, but they missed the base. One runner ends up scoring, that being Dalrymple.
So it makes the score 3-1.
3-1. I'm not sure how to score that.
Runners on second and third.
I'm going to give Harvey a fielder's choice on that. You got runners on second and third now. Ethan Pierce on third. Nate Harvey on second. And Riker Lawrence at the plate.
Lawrence batting .455.
Makes it a 1-1 count. Got the heart of the order coming up here for Mountain State. Got one of the three back that they gave away in the top.
He was 0 for 2 last night.
2-1 on Riker Lawrence. There's one that's going to
No, that's a base hit right over the second.
Head of the
There's
second
another
baseman.
run score. It's going to be 2. Harvey's going to score. So we're all tied up here, 3-3.
Yeah. So Ethan Pierce, he easily scored. Nate Harvey, who was on second, he had to wait to see whether that ball was going to be caught or not because it was just barely beyond the infield dust. But Riker Lawrence reaches, will give him a single and give him second base on the throw.
Callahan batting .265.
So that is the second hit of the inning.
He was 0 for 2 last night.
The 1-0 is low, 2-0. One down here in the bottom of the first. 3 already in on 2 hits and 1 error. Runner on second. There's a slow roller.
Could be trouble.
Are they going to get it there in time?
Yeah,
they do.
yeah.
Nice play by the second baseman, Grant Plunkett, to pick up that ball and get it over to Sam Baker. And on the play, Riker Lawrence takes third base.
Now batting number 2, Michael Sharp.
That's the second out of the inning. Michael Sharp, the 7th batter of the inning, comes to the plate. We're tied at 3.
Sharp batting .333.
That's a fair ball. Over to first. He's safe. He beat that out.
Another run scored, so that makes it 4-3.
7 runs so far here in the first inning. That was hit so slow, and he had such a long throw on that. I'm giving him a hit.
Eichenauer.
David Eichenauer, the right fielder, steps up. Boy, just when you thought Mountain State might be in trouble after that first inning, giving up 3 runs, they come back and score 4 here in the bottom of the first to take the lead. Swing and a miss. That was a foul ball. Foul tip. So it's 0-1 on David Eichenauer. Or as some people call him, Ike.
Foul ball.
Now 0-2. Eichenauer reaches, and Mountain State will have batted around.
No, there's another batter after Eichenauer.
Right, yeah, the next batter is Malero. Yeah, if Eichenauer reaches, they will bat around.
2 outs here. We're in the bottom of the first inning.
Got him. So Scharf is caught stealing to end the bottom of the first. So in the inning, 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, nobody left in the bases. We'll be back with inning 2 after this.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Welcome back to Logan Field. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. And Perry, the couple clouds have come across here, and to be honest with you, it feels kind of good because we get that sun really beating down on us right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this field.
But you know, I got to tell you,
Could be worse. Could be snowing.
yeah, it beats walking in from the parking lot for basketball in the middle of the winter
Yeah.
when it's icy and snowy.
4-3.
Not that I don't enjoy basketball. Mountain State with 4 runs here in the bottom of the first. They did it on 3 hits with 1 error. Nobody was left on the bases. Dream Team, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, a couple left on the bases. So we're moving into inning number 2. Both pitchers threw a lot of pitches in that opening inning.
Absolutely. Brown threw 21 pitches and Harvey threw 31. 2 errors really kind of hurt Dean's Dream
Leading off the
Team.
top of the second for Dean's Dream Team, number 11, Sam Baker.
Sam Baker batting .361.
He's batting 9th in the batting order today. He was 1 for 3 in the game yesterday. Big, lanky, right-handed hitter there. That one misses just a little bit low for ball 1.
Well, right now, as long as it doesn't storm or we get some lightning and stuff, it's a beautiful night for ball.
Yeah.
It's this nice little breeze here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the sun
Sun's
behind those
behind
clouds,
clouds.
it's made it much more comfortable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Ball.
2-1.
Harvey's definitely pitching with a lot of confidence on that mound.
Shot to short.
Beaver.
Allen scoops it up.
God tagged him out.
Yeah, Baker.
Callahan with the tag.
Now
Baker's
batting
out.
to Colton Whitehead.
Good heads-up play there by Callahan to put the tag on him because he was far enough off first base that he was not going to be able to touch that base before Baker got there. So it'll just go as a 6-3 out in the book. Noah P. steps in, takes the first one a little bit inside for ball 1.
P was batting .276 coming in this ball game.
Swing and a miss.
He was 0 for 1 last night. He did walk.
That's a fair ball. Pitcher grabs it over to first.
Nice play by Harvey. Got off that man really well.
Yep, he's retired. 2 down. Colin Whitehead steps up to the
Now
plate.
batting number 4,
Whitehead
Grant
is,
Wayne Plunkett.
Was 0-2 last night. I think we batted out of order here.
Yeah, I had Baker due up first, then P followed by Whitehead, and Whitehead just grounded out. I thought, did I miss something? So that, if they did bat out of order, that will end the inning.
P's up to bat now.
Unless they change the batting order. Yeah, I had P in the 10 slot and Colin Whitehead in the 11 slot. Apparently they got switched, and we just didn't know about it.
I think Coach Kennedy is going to question it.
Well, they've got the lineup cards down there, so. Noah P. is coming back toward the dugout. Colin Whitehead.
Now batting number 2, Colton Whitehead.
He's coming to the plate. He's the batter that I had, so we got it fixed.
He's batting.
Look out. That's coming right back toward us.
2 outs now. So they did call him out.
Well, he hadn't. They hadn't pitched to him yet. There's a grounder to second. Sharp scoops it up over to Oliver Callahan for the out. 3 up, 3 down for the Dream Team here in the top of the second. We'll be back with the bottom of the second after this.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Welcome back to Logan Field. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams.
No, it fell down.
So we're in the middle of the second here. Unlike the first inning, the Dream Team went down 1-2-3. A little conference there among the umpires. A little bit of confusion on the batting order there in the bottom of or the top of the second.
Leading off for the bottom of the second, number 8, David Eichenauer.
David Eichenauer will be the first batter for Mountain State.
Eichenauer was 0 for 2 last night. He's hitting 200 on the season.
First pitch to him, high for ball 1. He was at bat when Michael Scarf got caught stealing to end the inning. Three and 0.
Harvey helped himself out a lot there, Brad. He only threw 8 pitches compared to the first inning of 31 pitches.
Yeah.
So.
The 3-0 pitch.
All 4.
Eichenauer walks on 4 pitches. So the leadoff runner is on first.
6 Yender Azwahe Malero.
Malero, the batter.
He was 0 for 2 last night. One of the differences between these two teams is Mountain State has just got 9 players dressed for this game tonight, where Dean's Dream Team has got 12, and all 12 of those will bat. First pitch to Malero. They go over to first. Eichenauer was maybe a step or two off the bag.
Kenny's going down to the bullpen to warm up.
Strike one on Malero on the foul ball. Probably heard the thud on the roof above us. That evens it up at a ball and a strike. Was going to throw, did not. 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled off right off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Malero.
After Malero goes to they go back to the top of the order.
Nick Dalrymple in the on-deck circle. 1-2 count on Malero. That one's a little bit outside, evens it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eichenauer not getting much of a lead over there at first, getting several steps, but so far, nothing really to worry about. Catcher Pierce is wrong team. Catcher Weaver is thrown over to first a couple times. Pitcher Brown is thrown over there too, so they must feel he must be a threat to steal.
He's going to change pitchers.
Yep, we're going to have a change here. So while we make the pitching change, we'll take this break. We'll be back after this.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
We're back here at Logan Field, changing pitchers here. Number 3 for Dean's Dream Team is
That's Sam Goller.
Sam Goller.
Pitching for Dean's Dream Team, number 3, Sam Goller.
And it also appears as though right now that Sean Canny, who was an extra player, it looks like he's going to go into left field. So Bennett Brown will become an extra player, or extra hitter, shall we say.
Well, Brad, the one thing about it is there's no tomorrow, so
Yeah.
you got to put everything you got.
We may see platoon pitching tonight, Barry.
Yeah, it looks like it here.
Goller getting the last of his warm-up throws in.
Brown threw 29 pitches, 16 for strikes, and faced 8 batters. Probably the biggest thing that hurt Brown was those 2 errors in the first inning.
Yeah. So it looks like we're ready to go back to action here. David Eichenauer on first. He reached in a walk. Yender Malero at the plate with a 2-2 count, no outs. Umpire stops again and clean off the plate. So we're ready to go back to baseball. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So Malero goes down on strikes. First out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for the Dream Team.
Dalrymple comes to the plate here.
He reached on an error his first time up. On the pass ball there, Eichenauer takes second. So Mid-State Financial has got a runner in scoring position. The 1-1 count on Nick Dalrymple. Ethan Pierce, the catcher, is on deck.
Ball low.
Yep, a little bit low to Dalrymple.
Two and one on Dalrymple. Got one out here.
Hot shot. That's a fair ball right over third base. That's probably going to score one. It will. It gets by the left fielder, Goller. And we have a tie game.
Ethan Pierce.
No, we don't, Brad.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't
5-3 now. Ball one.
Ball gets by the catcher. Runner goes to third. So Dalrymple's at third base now. With Pierce at the plate.
Over to short, over to first. But on the
dropped
play.
it. He dropped it.
Did he drop it?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Well, that'll be scored as a
E on three.
E3.
Dropped by Baker.
Number one, Ryan Beaver.
Second run of the inning scores. Makes it a 6-3 game. Pierce on first. He takes off. They won't even challenge him with a throw. So Ethan Pierce gets a stolen base. He's on second base in scoring position. That one gets beyond the shortstop into left field. On the play, Pierce goes to third. Beavers on first with a base hit.
Now batting number 12, Nate Harvey.
The pitcher, Harvey, is the batter.
One down.
He got a base hit last time.
Two in so far here in the bottom of the second.
Ball gets by the catcher. Runner's coming.
Will there be a play at the plate? No.
Got to watch him. He's going to third.
That's going to go
Going
all the way
left field.
into left field. They're going to try to score from third. This time, the defense makes a nice play on that. As Sam Goller was covering as a backup, and Sean Canny shot that ball into him, and he managed to get Ryan Beaver at home plate.
2 outs. Score still 6-3. Three and 0. No.
Yeah, Ethan Pierce did score on that play.
It's 7-3.
Yeah, it's 7-3, correct. It was Beaver who was out. Harvey gets a walk.
Riker Lawrence.
So there are 2 outs. Big swing and a miss by Lawrence. He had a base hit his first time up, scored the 4th run of this game.
Score now 7-3.
Quickly over to first. Harvey back in time. There's a bouncer taken by the first baseman Baker. He scampers over to first, gets the out. So that will be a 3 unassisted for the third out of the game.
6-3 in favor of Mountain State Financial Group.
We'll be back after this.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Thank you. Always great hospitality here.
Certainly is, Perry.
They brought us cold water.
They treat us well on a nice, hot, humid day.
Because they probably think you're sitting in air conditioning.
You can toss that extra one down to Jim.
I don't have it. I don't have one. You gave it to Scott.
Ah, okay. 7-3 now in favor of Mountain State. 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second. We're moving into the 3rd inning. And we've already got 10 runs scored in this game, Perry.
Yep.
As of right now, we've got Mountain State with 7 runs on, let's see,
6 hits.
6 hits, 1 error. And Dream Team with 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on the bases.
Leading off the top
The
of
blue
third,
team
number
has
4, Grant Wayne
2
Plunkett.
errors. Yes.
Top of the 3rd. First batter will be Grant Plunkett. First pitch to Plunkett is outside for ball 1. The 0-1, or the 1-0. Swing and a miss makes it 1-1. Now 1-2. Plunkett up for his first at bat of the game.
Yeah, he's the last hitter, the 12th hitter.
The 1-2 pitch. That one's going to go foul all the way out of the stadium into the batting cage. In the second, Dream Team went down 1-2-3. One's a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just starting the top of the third. Thank you for joining us here on Hamilton County Television Sports. Brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners in Noblesville. Big shout out and thank you to our technical crew today. August Lacone on the cameras upstairs here, and as usual, Jim Wofford at the master control taking care of business for us. And Plunkett goes down swinging.
Now batting number 7, Jace Sickler.
I've got that as the third strikeout of the game. Back to the top of the order. Sickler steps in. He did strike out in the first. A little low for ball 1. One down, nobody on. That one goes right to the first baseman, Callahan.
Now batting number 9, Sean Canning.
Nate Harvey still on the mound. There's a drive into right center field. Nobody's going to get to that one. That one goes all the way to the wall. And it looks like the Dream Team is going to have a stand-up double.
Now batting number 8, Jackson Allen.
Fourth hit of the game for the Dream Team. Canny with his second double of the game. Allen reached on an error. His first time up. Scored the second run for the Dream Team. Nate Harvey with the 2-0 pitch. That one hits him. So Jackson Allen will take his base.
Now batting number 10, Bennett Brown.
Bennett Brown, a tall lefty up there at the plate. 2 down. That's fouled off on the third base side. Brown in the hole at 0-1.
2 outs here.
Runners on first and second. Bouncer to short, scooped up, gets the easy play at second, gets the force on Jackson Allen for the third out of the inning. 7-3. We'll be right back.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Welcome back to Logan Field. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. I'd like to thank the entire staff out here for Noblesville Babe Ruth. Perry, these guys do such a tremendous job with this tournament, and they're such a pleasure to work with.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's a great group of men out here. And ladies.
And I think, is Chris going to join us a little later today, I think?
Yeah, he usually comes the third inning, but
he has yet to make the appearance here.
He has not. He must be busy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Sam Goller.
Okay, here comes Chris now. We're good. We'll finish this up.
As Chris comes up the stairs, I'll turn the microphone over to him, and he and Perry will take you through the third inning here.
Leading off number 15, Oliver Callahan.
Good afternoon. You must be busy today.
A little busy. We those burgers are selling pretty quick. So
Well, that's good. That's good. Everybody's eating.
everybody's eating. Dinner time.
That's right. That's right. Well, 7-3 here, Chris. Not quite like the game last night, but you can't have every game like that one last night. That was,
No, that was a pretty good instant classic, as we call it.
Yeah. I mean, first inning, each team got one each, and then after that, we went 4 innings without anything.
Yeah. Dean's Dream Team came out hot at the top of the first, and then Kincannon came back right away. So, and then Dean's Dream Team had a bad inning there with the baseball.
Yeah, they certainly did.
Good old Sam Goller's into pitch now. Good kid. That's his brother over there on third base. I love it when we can do that in this league, when you can have families together, brothers, cousins. Love when we can do that here.
Where's your boys tonight?
I've got one at a pool party, and the other one's downstairs watching his buddies here. So,
Okay.
and then I got the wife downstairs. She's probably really running the show, Perry. I'm just here. Again, at least she's not at Cassie's store today,
Yeah.
okay, Perry? So I kept her from
So you're actually saving money.
I'm saving money. She's not at County Line Apparel today, so.
I talked to Cassie's father, Bruce, today.
Oh, good guy. I need to get a hold of Bruce on something, actually. So Bruce mows him and the team over at the parks. They do a great job mowing our fields over here. And, again, we were talking about that last night, right? Partnership. These guys
Absolutely.
do a great job. And Bruce, what he's done with the fertilization to make this grass just
he was telling me about the fertilization.
I mean, you think about as many games as we play on this field, and the fact that it looks the way it does is pretty amazing. So big shout out to Bruce and the Parks Department guys and what they do out here.
You know, once you do this field maintenance and stuff, you can really love it a lot. You know what I mean? I mean, my grandson, when he played college ball, you know, their baseball team all had a job to do on the field, and he loved that part of the game.
Well, you think about that Murray State team that's went to the College World Series. You know, the head coach mows the field. All the guys have a job to do on the field. I love seeing those guys there.
Yeah.
I saw a great quote from that coach. He's like, you know, there's usually only one team that goes home happy. He goes, I got news for you. This year our team went home happy. That was a really
good,
great story.
My grandson met him a couple times because they used to be in the Ohio Valley Conference, and Murray State's just a stone throw away from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
So and him and that coach would have
Good catch.
conversations. And
Good catch by the second baseman.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, a guy I went to high
Plunkett.
school with, Todd Hollowell, of old Madison Heights Pirate back in the day. He went to Murray State, pitched for the Racers there. So I saw some things from him and a couple of his college buddies reminiscing about the days, and it's pretty fun for all those alumni and everybody to watch those guys.
One out here.
Goller's really starting to find his zone now.
Yeah, he is.
By the way, I know the Goller, the Aponte family is watching this. A couple, Sam's grandfather in Puerto Rico is watching this right now. So
cool.
Hi to him. And then I know his uncles in Florida and Orlando are watching this now. So one of them's a good friend of mine, Javi. Hope you're doing well, Javi. So
always great to hear those stories, though.
Yeah, they were watching the game last night, and they were commenting, and they said, they said Perry and those guys said Sam Goller comes from a good family. How they know that? I go, because I talked about him like 2 innings before this and was bragging on him. His mom came up and said something to me.
Yeah,
so
that's funny.
That is funny.
I don't know whether Jim looked at the numbers today to see how many people tuned in last night or not.
No, I didn't see anything. I did see Sarah Cleverly's ad up on there, so I love seeing that.
Oh, yeah. She's been a sponsor all year long.
She does a great job. Oh, that's great. 3. That's awesome. Appreciate everybody watching these games last night.
So 700 people watched the ball game.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I bet Kincannon and Canada both watched it today to figure out some secrets on some players last night.
So Andy didn't hit you up on all the bad things he said about you?
He
was in the mode today. You know, he was in the zone.
He was. So I'm sure he'll get me later this week.
Yeah.
So. Got a runner on second. Oh, good hit to right field. Let's see if he's going to score. No, he's going to hold up.
Callahan there.
Good hit, though. Great hit. That's a number 9 hitter, too. So nice to get production out of the bottom of the lineup there.
Going to the top of the order here.
By the way,
Dalrymple's up.
Great story about Nick Dalrymple. He is going to be one of the 5 Purdue Petes at Purdue.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
So he just completed his freshman year. He was a younger birthday, so he was able to come back and play this year.
Yeah.
And, he tried out to be a Purdue Pete, and Nick's going to be one of the 5 Purdue Petes. So
that's great.
I thought that's a really, really cool thing when kids can do stuff like that. So.
Absolutely.
All the Dalrymples are all at Purdue. So he's got an older brother that I'm pretty sure just graduated, and then big sister Natalie, she should be entering her senior year. So
you know, the amazing thing is, you know, they have quite a few legacies there at Purdue. A lot, you know, like if your grandparents and your parents and you know the whole work.
Yep. I had a brother that went there, and then my son Chase, he's going to head over to Grace College up in Warsaw this year. Yeah. So he's going to study biblical studies, kind of trying to figure out what he wants to be. Something in pastorship, but he's not really sure yet. So
good for him.
I'm excited for him.
And, you know, not sure what the other ones want to do, huh?
Well, the middle one, Perry, he wants to be a drag racer. He keeps telling me he's watched too many Fast and the Furious movies, so he wants to be a drag racer. His mother keeps telling him that he needs to come up with a real job. And then the youngest one, I don't know what he's going to be, Perry, but he's my little actor. So he's I don't know if you've ever been up to the Duck Creek Theater up in Elwood. He's been up in a couple plays. He was in Great Expectations earlier this year. Juneline Academy over in Fishers. He would just start his Beetlejuice earlier this year. So
well, good for him.
He's my little actor, and he's our school's mascot, too. We go to Mission Christian Academy in Fishers, and he is Walter the Wolverine.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 4.
He's actually very interested in Nick being Purdue Pete.
Oh, I bet.
He's going to figure out what Nick does. So
Yeah.
Goller
That's
loads
pretty
the
cool.
bases here with a walk to Dalrymple. We got Pierce up to bat here. Probably a timeout here. I think Andy's going to use his entire bench.
Oh,
pitching
yeah,
today.
you have to.
Yeah.
You know, I said earlier when he made that change, I said it's all hands on deck.
Absolutely. Harvey's pitched a pretty good game, too, after that first
Oh,
inning.
yeah.
He's really
Yeah,
settled
he's
in.
thrown really
Where's
well.
he at pitching-wise?
He's at, let me get it here. 51,
Yeah.
35 strikes, 16
pretty good.
batters.
Man, it is a hot one today. Beautiful
Oh, it
weather,
is.
but, man, it
This
is
has
a
been
hot
the
one.
nicest it's been up here tonight because the sun's behind the clouds. But, man, when that sun starts beating down up here.
I was told that Miss Cleverly wanted me to say how the women are involved in the league, too, as well. I got a text. So
Yeah.
She must be listening to us right now. So she probably didn't hear the bad words. We were talking bad about Brian yesterday. So, Sarah, if you didn't hear us yesterday, we were talking great about you. Oh, that's a good hit.
Oh, that's going to be the
Is that going to be in?
off the wall.
That's going to be a 3-run double by Ethan Pierce.
Nice hit by
If you
Pierce.
remember a couple of years ago, Perry, Ethan was the one that hit the grand slam
Yes,
in that 13 to 15
In fact,
game.
last year he said something to
Did
me.
he? Yeah.
He did. You know, Pierce, man, I wasn't sure. Well, I was sure because I know what kind of kid he is with the heart he has. But, you know,
After he got injured.
he got
wasn't
pretty beat up last
Yeah.
night a couple times.
he? Yeah, he did. That's a great hit.
Yeah, it was.
That was the left field where he hit it. I think he hit it over like the Reynolds sign a couple of years
yeah.
ago in that
That was a
championship.
good poke.
That was a good hit here. All right, now we got Beaver up to bat with 2
So
outs.
if Mike wins, this is his third in a row. Is that
This
true?
is his third in a row, pretty much with all the same kids, too, just a couple new kids here and there. So he loses most of this team after this year. I think he's only got a handful that'll come back next year. So, or I shouldn't even say a handful. Like he's got like 2 or 3. Pierce will come back, and I think the first baseman will come back. He's got a couple kids. So, no, they've had a nice little run here.
You know, he works at it pretty hard, too.
He does work at it pretty hard. I mean, I will give him credit. They are hitting the ball hard tonight.
Yeah.
They are hitting the ball hard.
Well, I mean, last night in that 5th inning, Andy's group hit the ball really hard, too.
Yeah, they did.
Beaver at the plate. So Sarah must not listen to the whole game last night because
She didn't. She's going to need to go back and listen. Brian, I don't want him to listen, but we'll let Sarah listen tomorrow night. So
I'll see Brian on Friday
Yep.
morning for breakfast. So
yeah, Brian's coaching a 14U Bulls team.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big travel.
Yeah, he does a good job with those kids.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
really enjoyed coaching this team. We were talking at church the other day. He's had a couple he's really had to coach up, but Beaver with a foul ball really had to have some
How to play.
tough conversations about, and you know, this is what I appreciate about Brian. It's really tough conversations about, hey, you've got to do what we ask you to do. You got to play baseball the right way. You've got to, and you know, the good thing is I know that kid.
Oh, nice slap
Beaver
hit.
with Beaver with a hit up the middle there between short and third. You know,
Beaver, that was a good bat.
that was a good at bat. But, you know, Brian's really doing a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, now they just throw it away, but he's not going to be.
He's not paying
But Brian's doing a good job pouring into some of these kids that, you know, they just need to learn. You know, I think some of these kids at a younger age, when they've always been the best player on their team, they've always been coddled. And, you know, you start playing with an organization like the Bulls, right, you're not going to be the best player anymore.
You know, the
And so
one
you're
thing,
gonna
too,
learn
and
those
I've
things.
always thought this by being at this for a long time, a lot of times, some of your best players are the small kids because they have to do everything right.
Yep.
You know, like a Harvey coming to the plate here, he can do everything with power.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but then you get a kid like Sam Goller who's he's a little taller but not as big. But, you know, you got to work out a little more. And Sam's put in the work and done his things. Even Bennett Brown, you know, Bennett Brown's a young 16-year-old, and he's really came up here, done a nice job catching, did a nice job pitching tonight. Yeah. He pitched the semifinal game for them to get to the championship. And, I mean, Perry, he pitched a gem. I mean, he pitched 6 innings.
Oh, really?
I think he gave up maybe just a couple runs, just pitched. I texted his dad afterwards and said, man, kid just pitched a gem of a game. So
I thought it was interesting last night in that last inning that Andy brought in Nolan. Nothing like putting the pressure on your son, which already is a difficult time when your dad coaches.
That's a high fly ball. Man,
Ooh,
look at that.
He's coming. Oh, wow, what a try
what an
there.
Effort.
By Kenny.
Oh, man. Sean, man, that kid.
He was coming,
yes,
man.
He was. That's a great effort.
Yeah, good job.
You know, down 11-3, and you know what? You couldn't tell with a kid like that.
No,
Love that.
But the one good thing about these kids, they're not really looking at the score. They're
absolutely.
They want to do a good job, and they're in the championship.
There's 50 minutes left. You never know what can happen. Harvey has one bad inning. This is a different game. Yeah, I saw Amanda candidate last night when Andy put Nolan in, and she
moms don't like when their kid.
Moms do not like that. So
I can remember in my days that one of my favorite stories is every time my dad put me in the pitch, my mom went to the car.
I know. Yeah. Luckily, none of my boys were really pitchers, so my wife didn't get too nervous. You know when the most nervous she got, my middle boy used to play soccer, and when he was a goalie, she hated that just because everything's on you when you're the goalie.
Yeah.
Oh, good hit by Harvey.
Oh, I think he pulled it,
Yep.
Pulled off the bag there.
Man.
Good hustle by Harvey. He didn't quit.
No, he didn't.
You know that we don't see that much anymore. You remember how kids would come up to bat, and if they didn't do good and stuff, they wouldn't, they go halfway or run half speed down to first base. You don't see that much anymore.
Nope.
That's
got
right.
a pitch runner for Harvey.
There's 2 outs.
Yeah, we do 2 outs, and that's our new rule for us this year.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it as a board, and it was just to keep the speed of the game up.
Oh, yeah.
We put a timer on between innings because, for our in-house, we typically play about an hour and 45 to get games done as quickly as possible. So we've got 2 minutes between innings, and that was one of the things, hey, if we're going to – we tested it in the fall at 2:30. We didn't have a problem, so went down to 2 minutes for the spring league, and that was one of the things we'd have to do is to get that down is let the pitchers and catchers, you have a choice there, and it's actually been a really good rule. I know we do it for high school and travel, so I think it's been a really good rule.
One thing you just mentioned, fall ball, it won't be long. It's coming around here pretty quick.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So fall ball registration is open on our website.
Play to plate, no
play.
play.
He wasn't looking, and he almost – okay. So fall ball registration is going to be open till August 10th. We're going to play fall ball starting the weekend of August 16th and 17th. We'll take Labor Day weekend off, and then we'll play through that first weekend in October, October 4th and 5th, and be done before fall break hits us for the Noblesville school system. So
now you take anybody in the county, don't you?
We take anybody in the county. Fall ball is a little different where we let teams kind of come together.
Yeah. Which is good because there isn't too many fall ball leagues anymore. When I first came back here 15 years ago, I mean – everybody had a fall ball program, but that's kind of gone by the wayside.
Besides really, Grand Park does some fall tournaments and some different things there for some of the travel teams that are moving up. But then we allow kids to kind of be together, get to better with your neighborhood buddies because we do a draft, of course, in the spring. But fall's a little more relaxed. We want kids to play different positions. So Andy's going out. It looks like he's going to make a pitching change here. So good job by Sam Goller, just defense.
I mean, with the humidity, it's got to be tough out there on that mound.
It is. I wonder who he's going to go to, Allen or Canny? Oh, maybe he's not going to. He's got to make a pitching change here. No,
yeah.
I think he's going to Nolan. Nope.
No.
Oh, he's going to Colton Weaver.
Pitching change.
Now pitching for Dean's Dream Team, number 6, Colton Weaver.
I also want
Colton
to
Weaver's coming in
give
to
a
pitch.
special shout out. Mark Koslow's done the announcing for us the past couple of years, and him and his son were taking a boys trip this year. And so I want to say a big shout out to Scott Springer, one of our board members who stepped up last minute for us, and he's done a great job announcing for us these last 2 days. So Scott's done a really good job. Hopefully he maybe has a second career being an announcer. Maybe the Noblesville Boom are looking for an announcer.
That's right.
So maybe we can.
He actually on the introductions tonight, he kind of upped his game tonight.
He looked good. So, by the way, how exciting is that coming to our city, Noblesville Boom?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited.
I think that's going to be great for us. I'm really excited about that. Me and my middle one, we're actually thinking about getting season tickets. If we can talk Mama into it, we're going to get season tickets. But, yeah, that's going to be really, really exciting for us.
But she's probably saying, now you guys are going to be gone, right?
You know what? Here's the thing.
and I'll ride out there with you, and you can pick me up at Cassie's store after I get
Yeah, exactly. She might be excited to get us out of the house. Is the sad thing.
That's
I don't know. Once this first one goes to college this fall, it'll be a little interesting dynamic. Mama might be ready for us to go. So By the way, speaking of the score, just for some of our viewers that maybe don't watch a lot of our games, so we play 12-run rule after 4 innings, 10-run rule after 5 innings. So
okay.
Again, we have a 2-hour time limit. We got 45 minutes left, but just in case we get to that, just wanted to let you and the viewers know that we have those.
But it's 12 after 4.
12 after 4,
and
correct.
10 after 5.
10 after 5, correct.
Did you get that, Brad? He can't hear, I was kind of wondering that. That was one of the conversations I was going to have.
Yeah, we put that in a couple of years ago just to, again, get some of these games going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully this doesn't come up and Dean's Dream Team comes back here in the top of the 4th, and who knows. I always say we actually had a game this week, Perry. We had a team that had a 10-run lead in our 13-15 league, and that other team came back and scored 12 runs the next inning. Yeah, so I always say, Perry, with tournament baseball, you never know what can happen. This game could not be over. I realize they're up. They're up 9 now. Runners advance to 2nd and 3rd on the wild pitch here. But you never know what can happen in tournament baseball. You get a pitcher who loses it. You never know. Harvey, and here's the other thing, too. Let's be honest. Harvey's been sitting for a while here.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, sometimes it's a good thing, but more times than not, it's not a good thing for a pitcher to sit.
When I pitched, I wanted the constant.
Yeah, you don't want
to sit down for a minute and then come back, sit down for a minute. By the way, it was good to see Andy's oldest boy today, too. So,
the one thing about it, of course, we won't get the complete effect of it. In fact, we will get very little of the lights coming on, but talk a little bit about that part. We were talking about partnerships. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, that's a good hit, foul ball. So, again, want to thank Mayor Jensen and Deputy Mayor Light for their partnership with us, and, of course, our entire city council. I saw one of our city council members here, I think Todd Thurston. Is he still over? Yeah, he's right on the bench over there by us. I promise he's over there in there.
Yeah, I see right here.
Yeah, I told him I wasn't going to say anything bad about him up here tonight, so –
that's good. He probably has plenty of people saying things bad about him.
Yeah, he does.
When you're a city council person,
you
kind of hate to see people coming.
Yeah, no. Todd's a great friend of our program. Yeah. But, thank you to all those guys who partnered with us in order to get new lights out here on Logan Field. As you know, Perry, they were in desperate need. They were 40, 50 years old and needed repair. We were talking about not having our local rule with the wire fair territory down there in right field, getting rid of that. So, no, just appreciate everybody's. And you guys can all see on the TV here all the signs out in the outfield, especially out in that left field corner. We appreciate all of our sponsors. Thank you for the great shot there. All of our sponsors that come out here. I mean, even the sponsors. We were talking about Sarah Cleverly and Sharon Emerson. They sponsored Dean's Dream Team. You know, Dean was a longtime board member out here. Emerson's Field is named after him, but they sponsor. We've got a kid on Mountain State Financial. His dad sponsors. So it's always exciting when you can get all of these community partners.
Base hit right there.
That's going to score another one. Canny's going to come up throwing. We got to play at the plate here. He is going to be safe. It's a 2-run double. Great hit. Good throw by Canny to the plate, though.
Is that Callahan down there at third? Should be.
Yeah, that
15.
Scarf with the hit. Great hit. But, yeah, we appreciate all the sponsors that are able to do stuff. And, again, if you anytime are looking to sponsor, we're always looking for more sponsors, whether that's an outfield sign sponsor, a infield sign sponsor, a team sponsor. We also do in-kind donations. We had some guys that came out here and got rid of a lot of the leaves for us, a company that did that. So we were able to get them a sponsorship that way.
Another nice hit right
hit
there.
Parade continues.
We'll score 2 more here.
2-run single there. Wow. Man, you know what? That's the thing. Dean's Dream Teams, they're pitching good, but Cannon's team's just coming out and hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, they're hitting the ball.
But, yeah, no, we've been able to put so much money into this place. As you can see, we got all the rain today, and the fields look amazing, right? I had several people come up and say, man,
number 6, Yender Azuaje Molero.
I was a little surprised that we were able to play baseball today just with all the rain we got today.
Well, I was actually out here and took a little walk right after lunch, and it was dry as a bone.
Yeah, so looks really good. All the work Scott Heinley and his grounds crew team. Ethan Pierce is on the grounds crew, the kid that hit the 3-run double earlier. So, no, they do a really good job. I appreciate all those kids, and we just there's a foul ball. But, no, yeah, if anybody's looking, you can Google us, Noblesville Babe Ruth. Get on our website. My name is on there on the contact information, my phone number. You can text me, call me. And also, we talked about this last night. Anybody who's maybe a dad that's looking for something to do, or a mom that's looking for something to do, somebody who's maybe had their kids in baseball and still looking to give back in some volunteer hours, we're always looking for more board members that can help us out. So, yeah, if anybody wants to join our board, we'd be more than happy to have them on and continue giving kids a place to play baseball here.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Got to fall in here, guys.
Run him all the way back to first.
Now. Safe.
But you know what? Good job by Bennett Brown getting all the way down there, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Getting in the rundown. I will say good job to all the players there getting in there.
Because that's not an easy task to do that.
It's not an easy task to follow.
Because everything's timing.
Go back up. But, you know, Bennett does a really good job. If you watch him, he's one of the kids, too. I mean, him and Colton both have done it, and Ethan's done it tonight. They're following every throw down here.
Yeah, I noticed that last night.
They're running down here, running hard, and, you know, even in a 16-3 game, Bennett's giving it his all, so love that.
Yeah, sponsors are a big thing. We appreciate Sarah Cleverly with her business sponsoring us the entire year, and it's a great opportunity.
Well, again, I just want to thank Jim down in the truck, you guys here.
Well,
you and Brad doing all this August over here. We appreciate you guys again coming out. I think it's the third or fourth year in a row we've done this,
yeah.
and we can't thank you guys enough for highlighting us and then all the other. I love watching the city council. I drive a lot for work, and being able to watch the city council meetings, that's kind of nice as a community thing. But we appreciate all you guys do for us.
Appreciate
around
it,
here,
buddy.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Since you took a little break in the action there, Chris explained a rule to me that they do have a run rule. It's 12 runs after 4, okay? And it's 10 runs after 5, so.
What an inning.
Yeah. They actually batted around and some.
Yeah, they sent 13 batters to the plate.
And they only have 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and one of them scored twice.
Yeah. It's always good to have Chris come up here and spread the knowledge about Babe Ruth baseball, because this is a heck of a program. I grew up in this program a long, long time ago, and I'm so glad that it's doing so well now. And especially, baseball in most places are dead in the 16, 18-year-old league.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And here at Noblesville, we got 8 teams. So
yeah, most of the time, by the time the kids get to that age, the high school is pretty well taken over everything, even spring and summer leagues, and in that, and most of the kids by the time they're that age, if they're they've either lost interest in baseball or going on to play something else.
Weaver, the batter.
We're moving to the top of the 4th. Colton Weaver will lead it off. He'll be followed by Sam Goller and Nolan Canada. There's a pop-up foul right over toward us. Nate Harvey back on the mound for Mountain State. 0-1 pitch. Hits the inside corner, 0-2.
Brad, it's a lot better when the sun's behind the clouds.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad I brought a hat today.
Yeah. Oh, 0-2 on the batter here. Weaver.
We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Fouled back, still 0-2.
We're top of the 4th.
That is correct, excuse me.
Good thing we have you, Jim.
The Dream Team can hold them here at 16-3. This game will be over. Nice that Chris explained those run rules to us.
Yeah.
Ball and 2 strikes. Missed. Makes it 2-2. Weaver struck out, swinging in the first inning. Strikes out in the 4th. 1 down. That'll bring Sam Goller to the plate.
Harvey's thrown 58 pitches, so he's good as far as pitching.
Mm-hmm.
But like we said earlier, the humidity, that wears on you.
Well, when the sun's behind the clouds, it's not bad. But now, like right now with that bright sunlight, it's warm.
1 out here.
And we've got a little bit of shade here.
And
not much.
At times we have a little bit of a breeze.
Mm-hmm. 2-0. You know what Chris was saying about the volunteers, though, Perry? It's so important. I've served on Babe Ruth baseball leagues before, and you get a good group of volunteers, and you can't beat them. Boy, that's so important. One's inside, 3-0. Harvey taking a little walk around the mound there, 3-0, one down. There's a strike at the knees, 3-1.
You know, I think Collar did a pretty good job pitching for Dean's dream team if he just got tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep, no doubt. We had a pitcher's battle last night until the 6th inning.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Been 3 good games here. Full count pitch. That one's a little bit low. Goller reaches on the walk.
Now batting number 15, Nolan Kennedy.
Dream team
Kennedy's a batter.
needs to put some runs on the board here before this inning ends to keep it going. Over to first. Goller is back in plenty of time. Infield playing fairly well in.
Brad, with only one game tonight, we won't see those fantastic lights they got here.
No, we won't. Strike called on Kennedy.
Chris talked about the help that he got here in the city and volunteers and donors and all that to get this done.
Down to second. Is he going to get there? Oh, it went beyond the second baseman.
Yeah, nice stop by the second baseman, though.
Beaver had been able to field that. That would have been a close play there. But as it is, it's 0-2 now on Kennedy with Sam Goller on second base. 0-2, one down. Swing and a miss.
2 down.
Kennedy's retired swinging.
Now batting number 14, Gabe Goller.
Gabe Goller. His goal is not to be the last batter of this game now, Perry.
That's right. He's got a hit today with 2 RBIs, so.
Goller, one of the extra hitters on the Dream Team.
Oh, he's going to score.
Well, that'll make it 16-4. Credit him with a stolen base.
It just slipped right out of Weaver's hand.
Yeah, he just lost
that
Pierce.
Isn't Weaver.
Yeah, that's Pierce.
Hand.
So that'll be an E2. That's the 4th run of the game for the Dream Team.
16-4 here.
Still 2 outs, nobody on.
First pitch for second pitch for a strike, 1-1.
Now, was that 12 or more runs or more than 12 runs?
12 runs.
2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Harvey. That one's in the dirt. Goes all the way back to the screen, but no damage done on that without any runners on base.
You know, the one good thing about having Chris up here in the broadcast booth in these games, he knows all these kids, so he can talk a little history about their family. And
I like having him up here.
Oh yeah,
gives
absolutely.
me a break.
Yeah.
3-1, and Gabe Goller. There's a pop up.
Fly. He got it.
That will end the game.
That's the old ball game. And so Mountain State wins the championship.
Mountain State Financial Group wins 60-3.
Final score 16-3, or 16-4 rather, in favor of Mountain State over the Dream Team. Perry, your thoughts on the game and the tournament all around?
Well, of course, I enjoy the tournament, and it was fantastic. But it's always a good opportunity to watch our young people having something to do during the week and on the weekend, and they do a great job out here.
Yeah, another thing we got to remind our viewers of that we didn't say earlier is don't forget movies at Forest Park at the shelter coming up Friday night. Hopefully it won't rain. Well, we'd like to thank you for watching tonight's Babe Ruth Baseball Championship game here on Hamilton County Television Sports, brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners. On behalf of Perry Williams, our technical crew, August Lacone, and our director, Jim Wofford, I'm Brad Silbert. Good night from Noblesville.